Hi everyone, we are on day 5. Today we will deep dive to Panorama Control. Panorama Control for Windows Phone is a full screen container and navigation model that can be scrolled left to right or right to left. Why you can say left to right or right to left? Microsoft has taken the time and researched behavior of how users interact with the phone, and the results showed us that it's actually easier to scroll left and right versus up and down. Unlike standard app, panoramic experience shows us that this is a Windows Phone app. When you look at this experience, oh, you can say it's a really Windows Phone application. It feels like native Windows Phone look and feel. Yes, let's look at Windows Phone application that includes Panorama Control. For this, I'll start Windows, run Visual Studio for new project. Okay, new project. You must choose Windows Phone application named Phone App 4. Okay, we're creating a Windows Phone application with Windows Phone operating system 8. Okay. Yeah, it's created a Windows Phone app for us. Let's start with adding a Panorama Control to our project. For this, right-click this solution and say Add a new item from the Add menu. And we will select Windows Phone Panorama Page. Panorama Page 1.xml. Okay. We'll create a Panorama Control for our application. You're gonna see its style very big, and it contains a little bit font. Name it Panorama. Yes, this large one is name it Panorama Header, and below it is name it Item 2. Item 1 and item 2. Yes, we'll start with list box, and also today we will take first look at data binding on Windows Phone. What's data binding and how you can use data binding on Windows Phone applications. Yes, Panorama Control is a long horizontal canvas, in fact, that extends beyond the screen. Let's start with emulator, and you can see how it looks like. Let's start. Oh yes, this is the default screen of application. We must change the main screen of application, start screen of application from I think app manifest.xml. Yes, navigation page main defaultly set main page.xml, but we must change to with panorama page. .xml. Okay. Oh, panorama page dot one. Sorry, panorama page 1.xml. Okay. Now our application will start panorama page 1.xml. Let's run the emulator, and you can see. We got an error. Oh yeah, sometimes it's happened, but I don't know about it. Let's try again. Okay, let's try again. Yes, now we can see what it looks like this. A panorama title and with its header item 1, item 2 or blah blah blah. Like this. In fact, these pictures show us what panorama items in fact look like. It's a people hub. Shows us panorama item. In fact, this border scroll to right to left, in fact, and we can see the next item template in panorama item. Panorama item controls includes panorama objects that each have their own style. For example, one panorama item can include this box. On the other hand, other panorama item can include raw panels with image like this. You can see in first panorama item that in the border Amy, Albert, Dave, Alexander like this. This is a list box. You can imagine that this is a list box. Previous panorama item includes a wrap panel with image, people image. This wrap panel includes people image. Like this, you can scroll, you can access these contents scrolling left to left or right to left. This is basically how panorama items runs. And there's another image that explains how panorama items works. Visible screen area and the other areas contains it. Photos app, in fact, you can show now on the screen Photos app. In the first content, you can see camera roll, album state, people, and the other visible screen area includes photos. And the other screen. Now it shows us visible screen area. What's new? Caesar Garcia, blah blah blah. Okay. These pictures have us how panorama item look like and how it works, I think. So let's begin with our Panorama Control. I want to change its header name. My panorama and item 1. I want to name it list and the other item like this. Okay. There's a grid on it. Sorry. Okay. I want to that first item include a list, and second items is colored pictures. Includes image of salads. For example, you can add any image what you want. I want to add salad image to panorama item 2. And let's begin with a list box. I'm going to write an item template that defines what if data entry should look like. It's a okay. It's about data binding. In our previous video that we talked about a wrap panel, how to use in a wrap panel on your project. We'll a little bit talk about what's data binding. Data binding is simple but main things that you must know, and I'll copy some code on our previous project that we will talk about how do you use a wrap. So I'm gonna start with list box. So I'll copy this code to my new project, and I will delete items panel template because I don't want to use wrap panel on my first panorama item. So I'm deleting this text. It's just list box. List box and list box item template, and under the item template it includes data template, and data template includes an image. But I want to show the user and list, so I will change this to a text block. Text block, yeah. Name 1 and this text binding with select name. Yes. Okay, first item template is ready, and I have to add a class for these items. Add a new class, select items. I'll create. Okay, I'm also copying this class. Like this. This class has a public for list box reach to them, and its properties are string ID and string image name, string time. I'll want to change select name and select image, or something like this. What do you want? Okay, let's turn with Panorama page 1.xml. First item is ready. The second item includes a wrap panel, so I have to add a reference for this. We'll talk about a Silverlight toolkit that we have talked in this previous video. It includes a DLL, and we have to reference to our project to use it. Okay, I'm just adding a folder, new folder, yes, and I have to add my Silverlight toolkit DLL to my project. For access to DLL, you can use C program files, Microsoft SDKs, Windows Phone, Armor 7.1, blah blah blah. Open a window and paste this path, and I'm copying this DLL to my desktop. Okay, it's already on my desktop, and Microsoft Phone Controls Toolkit, yeah. Copy and paste to our DLL folder. Okay. So, and oh, sorry. No. Now I can add a reference to my project. Browse. You have to access your application folder, DLS, Windows Phone Control Toolkit. Okay. Yes, we added our DLL, Windows Phone Control Toolkit. And I have to add a namespace, XML NS namespace, to use web panel, XML NS Toolkit. Add this namespace. Okay. The second item, in fact, same with this area. We have already talked about when we talk about web panel. Okay, I will change my listbox name, listbox 2, and it includes items panel template with a wrap panel, and okay, we have another closing tag for element listbox button as found. Okay. Let closing listbox tag. Okay. Resolve the error. Okay, listbox item template includes image. So this image under the listbox item template and data template under the stack panel. Source binding with, now it's select image. Binding the image. Okay. It's our property name. Sorry. Okay. And the second item is ready now. So what I'm doing, writing this course, because I write an item template that defines what each data entry should look like. For example, first item should look like a text block in a stack panel, and second item includes an image. This means Panorama Controls includes Panorama items that each have their own style. For example, one Panorama item can include listbox. On the other end, other Panorama item can include wrap panels with image. Yes, I will just write some codes on code behind of Panorama page 1.xml.cs. Okay. We need to create a list of items, select items. So we will need to define a list. Before, we need to fire the main page load it. So we can create load event. F. Yes, Panorama page loaded is right, and we can write our codes to here. I've copied this code to my new project. Okay, because it's very simple and we must save the time. I will change the dev image because our class is named with flat items. Okay. And its properties are ID, select name, and select image, like this. Okay. And select image. Let's change these. Yes, that's okay. So we will created our list, and we have to give data to our list box item source. So we try this. Let's try this. List box one dot item source equals list, and other list box item source also list box to item source is same. List. Okay. So we have an error. Oh, okay. We typed its name wrongly. Item, not item source, item source. Okay. The differences between listbox item source and listbox item source 2 is only one listbox binding with salad name and the second listbox binding with salad image. So we can show first item template a list of names of list, and we can see the second content wrap panel with images. So I think it's all okay. We'll try with emulator. Let's take a look at. Flowing. Yes, now we can see our items. Let's back to our codes and find. Okay, let's start with control the binding item properties names. It have to same with the class property names. For example, first item we have typed salad image. When we check our class salad image, yes, it's okay. For the first item, let's look at first item salad name. We can show we have typed it wrongly because its first letter is have to small salad name. type it wrongly, so we can show the image slot name. Okay, and also we can't we haven't added the image for the item foo. So let's create a folder is named image. So we can add our pictures to our folder. Okay, copy and paste to your project. Paste. Let's change our pictures path on code behind. Image 1 dot JPEG, image 2, 3, 4, blah blah. You can add more item to list. Okay, let's start with emulator. Can we see the data now? Let's try. Okay, we can see data, but its position is wrong, I think. Yes. It's located on top on screen. Let's look what we're doing about this. Okay. We'll copy this code, so margin is set to a rank property, so I'll change to 0 and its position on correct position, so it's the same error. I'll change to 0. Okay, let's try. Yes, pretty cool. We can see there are first items, image 1, image 3, blah blah blah. In second, Panorama item control includes our 4 images we can see on the screen. Yes, that's okay what I want to say to you about Panorama Control. Which enable us in native Windows Phone look and feel, and we can scroll to left to right, and you use a great experience, I think, for Windows Phone applications. Okay, thank you for watching.